my face and then feel the swoon. Wanna dig inside, find a little bit on me, cause the line gets crossed when you don't come clean. My wormwood meets your pesticide. You'll never get out cause you were never alive. I am infinite, I am the infant finite. Come a little closer and I'll show you why. No one is safe.
Noises, noises, people make noises. People make noises when they're sick. Nothing to do except hold on to nothing. No one is safe. Noises, noises, people make noises. People make noises when they're sick. Nothing to do except hold on to nothing.
How's it feel to be locked inside another dream that never had a chance of being realized? What the fuck are you looking at? I'll tell you what you're looking at. Everyone you ever fucking laughed at. Oh, look in my eyes for the answers typical. I can feel it underneath like a miracle. Everybody in the world needs more than lies and consequences. The power on once again. It's me and no one else. I can't remember if there was a someone else. It's not mine, it's not fair. It's out of my hands and it's shaking. You'll never take me. No one is safe.
Noises, noises, people make noises. People make noises when they're sick. Nothing to do except hold on to nothing. No one is safe. Noises, noises, people make noises. People make noises when they're sick. Nothing to do except hold on to nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, go!
Hey, hate ain't enough to describe me.
Where you?
Flip between screaming and crying. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be.
Why?
When do I get to know why? Bitter as a sticker when I try. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be. Pull your hands away, I'm called a buy. It's so depressing. A friend of Wayne, take a look inside, my soul is missing. All I have is there. Someone take it with me. I feel like I'm a brace, so kill me just in case. I feel like I'm a brace, so kill me just in case.
So kill me just in case.
Everything around me's lies. I can't see through the skies in my eyes. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be. They're clawing all the ways. You won't let me fucking stay. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be. Is there another way to live? Cause it's the only way to die. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah.
Someone in the chat said I had a terrible taste in music, man. I'm wearing an Alter Bridge hoodie, and you're telling me I have a terrible taste in music, man. Goodbye! You'll never be seen or chatting here ever again. You wanted a new era, I had to switch the playlist up. Somebody's got to show someone, somewhere, that there's a new era, because Triple H ain't doing it. Triple H ain't doing it, man. Oh, my goodness. Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Class is in session. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. Big time feel, big time match, big time promo. And the stage for WrestleMania is set. Liv Morgan, on the other hand, she's going after the Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. Otherwise, Monday Night Raw was rather dull. Oba Femi debuted. We got two Americanos. And we got LA Knight still battling the Vision. Oh, and Bron Breakker, he wants Adam Pearce. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to the venue inside my mother's basement. And on this Monday night, coming off a huge Royal Rumble for the channel, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for February 2nd, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. I got to give you guys a round of applause tonight, man. Round of applause for the OTS community. You guys killed it. We did unbelievable numbers this weekend. The Royal Rumble post show on YouTube did 77,000 views. We went viral with our Jey Uso yeeting clip, which I very much fucking hated, by the way. It wasn't fake reacting. It was fucking awful. And it's still awful. I actually went back and watched my own clip and laughed at myself several times. Hopefully you guys got some enjoyment out of that. We did almost 700,000 views of that clip on YouTube, almost 6,500 likes, maybe more than that, on X. Another 70,000 or so on TikTok. You guys absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it. And to top it off, we made the top 20 on the pro wrestling charts here in the United States for iTunes and Spotify, man. Another round of applause for that. Guys, killed it. Top 20, man, in the United States on iTunes and Spotify. Shout out to all my audio listeners. Keep that energy up, man. I'd love to break the top 15. I know we can do it. Like I said, it is going to be a great year, and it's going to be a great month. And if you don't trust me, you better get on board now, because when I say what I say here, I always back it up. Always. So make sure you guys keep a very close eye on what's happening this month. Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia. Philadelphia was very... I don't want to say they were the most energetic crowd tonight. Maybe they're starting to realize that the Phillies are going to finish in second place this year and not first, because the Braves are going to take the division. I don't know. Now that I said that, I probably just cursed the entire season, and Acuna would be out for the year come April. Watch. Anyway, Philadelphia wasn't the most exciting crowd. I thought they were rather lifeless tonight in some aspects of the show. It didn't really make for a very energetic, very fun Monday Night Raw. I wish WWE would stop the slow burn in some aspects to their television show and really just kind of forward some shit and really start taking some chances. I know the show got started off in a very peculiar way because they usually do a lot of what they usually do, showing everybody walking into the building and whatnot. Bron Breakker held the show hostage after getting eliminated in 3 seconds at the Royal Rumble due to a masked man that we probably will not find out who it is until Triple H deems us ready. So he held the show hostage tonight, and he wanted Adam Pearce. I said this Saturday, I'm going to say it again. I am not interested in a Bron Breakker Adam Pearce match at WrestleMania. Now, I doubt that's the match, because they'd have to be fucking absolutely out of their minds crazy to put Adam Pearce in the ring with Bron Breakker for his WrestleMania match. So I'm hoping low-key that the masked man is eventually going to be revealed as Seth Rollins. And that is going to be Bron Breakker's WrestleMania match. Nothing else makes sense. Unless they're starting to kick out Bron Breakker from within and we don't really know it yet, which would basically be the same story as they're probably telling with the Judgment Day. I don't know if somebody is within the vision disguising themselves as the masked man and trying to take out Bron Breakker. Social media seems to have figured it out. They are pointing the finger of blame at Logan Paul for being the masked man. Maybe Logan Paul's the masked man. Maybe Logan Paul versus Bron Breakker is the WrestleMania match. I would find that to be fucking boring, but I don't know. I really wish they went somewhere with it. They tried. It was a chaotic start to the show, but they didn't really give you any new information. They didn't divulge any new information. All we know is that Bron Breakker holds one of the shortest records in Royal Rumble history for an elimination. And if you're going to go and do that and put his name in the record books, man, there better be a fucking payoff. There better be a payoff. We didn't get any closer to an answer tonight, so what they did was different. What they did was give Bron Breakker some of his edge back, which they certainly needed to do after his elimination at the Royal Rumble, but they didn't really answer any questions. They didn't really forward anything. So it's another week where something happens, but it remains the same. And I understand a lot of people were like, oh man, that was a great segment. It was a very good segment. It just didn't do anything. It didn't forward anything. We don't have any more answers than we did on Saturday. If you're going to hold a Fallout show and you're going to have a show following what you did on Saturday, you at least got to give me some fucking answer, something. They didn't give me anything. So it's another week where nothing happens. Something happens, but then nothing happens at the same time. The big story tonight is Roman Reigns. I didn't think Roman Reigns was going to come to Monday Night Raw and immediately pick his opponent for WrestleMania. I've been telling you for weeks. If you guys have been watching me, I've been telling you for weeks. This is not a secret. Okay? Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan were my picks to win the Royal Rumble for weeks. I told you, and that's exactly what happened. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't use a magic 8-ball. Only losers use magic 8-balls because they don't want to predict anything. I don't understand how you look at Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble coming out of Saturday and you get excited about it. I don't know. I don't understand those people. Especially when you got Triple H going on the post show and saying that this is going to be the start of a new era. Motherfucker, this is not the start of a new era. This is basically Triple H using these hype words and these buzzwords to get a reaction. You know what's going to get a reaction, Paul? If you book a good show. Do you know what's going to get a reaction, Paul? If you get with the fucking program and get some decent people on your writing team to give us some captivating, interesting television with progression. Jey Uso yeeting in the Royal Rumble while we miss Brock Lesnar's elimination is not what I call storyline progression. It's fucking pathetic. I didn't have a problem choosing Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. It wasn't my first choice. It would never be my first choice. We've been there, done that. The guy has a cozy schedule, and it gets cozier every single year. He wrestled how many matches last year? 6? How many appearances did he make? He's probably on the level of Brock Lesnar appearances at this point. We should not be putting the title back on Roman Reigns. We should not be thinking about going back to a part-time champion. Coming into tonight, I had a good feeling he was going to choose CM Punk. Coming into tonight, I was hoping he picked Drew McIntyre. Because there's a story there. Some of you might not know, but there's a story there. Once upon a time, Drew McIntyre was the bloodline hunter. He wanted to take out everybody that basically wronged him. And the bloodline certainly wronged him. And then the bloodline and CM Punk get together inside War Games a couple of years ago. And Drew McIntyre wanted to take out everybody that basically was siding with CM Punk. So it was a recipe for disaster. McIntyre was going to eradicate all of them. And we started to see that. And then we didn't. Right after that, I was like, McIntyre Reigns, that's my WrestleMania match. Last year, that was my WrestleMania match. That should have been the WrestleMania match. McIntyre instead got Damian Priest. And instead Reigns, he got Rollins and Punk in a triple threat match, which ended up being the match of the year last year. I was hoping he would pick McIntyre because I feel like Punk and Cody is the bigger match. I feel like that is the bigger match. When you talk about what's the bigger match, Punk or Reigns or Punk and Cody, I think Punk and Cody's the bigger match. You may think differently. I don't give a shit. Punk and Cody was my WrestleMania match. And Cody mentioned Punk. And I'm assuming he mentioned Punk, maybe not for this year, but they're eventually going to do it. It may happen if Cody goes heel, which would be even sweeter. But Cody mentioned Punk on Friday. You know, we're gonna eventually have to do this. We're gonna dance eventually. There's gonna come a time where we can't avoid it anymore. So Reigns showed up on Monday, tonight, in the main event, in the closing segment. He did his acknowledge me shtick. Philadelphia was happy to see him. And then he asked the crowd to participate because he needed help choosing a WrestleMania opponent. Almost everybody booed Drew McIntyre, and almost everybody cheered CM Punk. So then when you hear that type of reaction, if you're the world's heavyweight champion, out comes CM Punk. We'll go over exactly what they said to each other a little bit later in the show. But my first reaction, my first review of what they did in that closing segment. I don't want to use the word. The cool kids are using cinema. I'm not going to use that word. That's how you build a fucking match. I wasn't interested in Reigns winning the Royal Rumble, especially after he went on Pat McAfee's show claiming that the WWE hasn't created any new stars, and there he is standing tall in the Royal Rumble as the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble winner while eliminating fucking Gunther of all people, which should have never been anybody else. The company hasn't created any new stars since he lost the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. He claimed he stepped away so that everybody else could step up. He walked away and went part-time so that others could share in his spotlight. Meanwhile, WWE, if you look at the trajectory of the company coming out of WrestleMania 40, they've been this way, creatively. Business-wise, they've been this way. Creatively, they've been this way. They haven't created one new star, not one. Gunther is the closest thing to Triple H and this administration having their own star. Bron Breakker's not a star. They stifled the fuck out of him. Ilya Dragunov's not a star. Carmelo Hayes is not a star. Oba Femi, Trick Williams just got called up to the main roster. They may be in line to be future stars. Trick Williams, he's going to be a next big thing here. Javon Evans, I have a lot of promise for Javon Evans. Stephanie Vaquer, they've dropped the ball on her. Does anybody feel like a legitimate star? No. No, Gunther's the closest thing to Triple H owning a star in his administration. And he's using the retirement angle of him retiring Goldberg and John Cena and now AJ Styles. Nobody has been able to follow Roman. A lot of that falls on Triple H. He has not done a good job. So Roman says, yeah, there's no new stars. He says that on Pat McAfee's show slightly in his tribal chief character and then goes and wins the Royal Rumble. Gee, I wonder why there's no new stars. Because the company, just like in the Vince administration, in Triple H administration, they are resting on their already made stars. They are afraid. I don't understand why the company's so afraid. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You do realize that if you take a talent and you write for them and you give them something with meaning and you give them proper storytelling and you give them the type of creative that is going to create their star, what is there to be afraid of? You'll have the next Roman Reigns in 1 to 2 years easy. You're going to have to get on board eventually. Why do they wait? Is it because the shareholders and Mark Shapiro and Nick Khan and Ari Emanuel and all these other fucking faceless suits and ties who don't give a fuck about anything but the money? Are you worried about what they're going to think? Are you worried that fans are not going to show up? Are you worried that the ticket sales will be going this way instead of going this way? I don't think the company understands their own fan base. If you create the star, people will come out to see the star. There are a lot more people now than there were last year who want to see new. If Oba Femi won the Royal Rumble, there wouldn't be a fucking peep from anybody. Not one. Do you want to know why? Because the company would have taken a chance. The company would have rallied behind their future of the company in Oba Femi, and it would have been different. It wouldn't have been Roman Reigns. It wouldn't have been Cody Rhodes. It wouldn't have been Brock Lesnar. It wouldn't have been anybody that the company usually pushes. It wouldn't have been somebody the fans expect. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? WWE's got this illusion that it's got to be big. It's got to be big. You hold the power. You hold the keys. You could make whatever you want big. You could do whatever you want and make it big. It doesn't have to be the same shit that we see every single year. It doesn't got to be, well, Roman Reigns Roman Reigns has main evented WrestleMania more than anybody in the fucking show's history. Would it kill you to not put him in the fucking main event? The company doesn't take chances. The company does not take chances. And that's their problem. Now, with that said, Roman Reigns, I don't know what his future is. I don't know what he plans to do or how long he plans to do this. We don't need to see another World Championship title run from Roman Reigns. We don't. But Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble, showing up tonight on Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia, and showing CM Punk how to build a fucking match, while Punk went at Roman Reigns and basically laid the fucking gauntlet down, almost teasing him not to pick him, which made him choose him anyway. This is one of the biggest matches that the company could possibly do. There's not many of them remaining. The only other one that I feel they could possibly do is Cody and CM Punk. That's really it. I don't know when they're eventually going to get on board with the future. I don't know when we're going to see a WrestleMania with the new blood at the top. It needs to happen sooner rather than later. But Roman Reigns and CM Punk is legitimately one of the only matches big enough that the company has left at their disposal. Because like I said, we don't know how long Roman Reigns has as a WWE superstar. We don't know how long CM Punk has. He says he'll go to until at least 50. At least. As long as that man can still go, I'm happy to have him on television. He's more valuable than a lot of people. But this is the WrestleMania main event. You either love it or you don't. Now, after tonight, I'm not immediately in love with it. I'm not sold with it. I expected it. But man, if you give me the proper story and you give me weeks of television that are meaningful to both guys and they get their shit in and they build this thing correctly, then I will be very excited about it. Tonight was step one. What they did tonight was a masterclass in selling this WrestleMania match. What they did was show everybody in the back, that's how you build a WrestleMania match. Not only did they get on each other's nerves, and this is coming out of a War Games match where Roman Reigns and CM Punk looked to be pretty friendly with each other, even after everything that happened at WrestleMania last year. All it took was CM Punk being a master troll, and all it took was for Roman Reigns to get angry at CM Punk over the things that he said, and he really let his truth be heard. He's choosing CM Punk not because of anything else, but the fact that he hates CM Punk. There you got it. You know, you use the word hate in any context, it's a very powerful word. Roman Reigns used the word hate for CM Punk. I mean, that fuse was lit, and now it is burning towards WrestleMania. That's a powerful word. That's a word big enough to get people excited. That's a word big enough to sell this story from stage one. And I thought what they did was tremendous. It was easily, by far and away, the best thing about tonight's show. Like, I could watch these two guys go at it for 30 minutes. Hopefully we get more of that. Now, how many times is Roman Reigns going to appear on television from now until WrestleMania? I mean, this could be one of 3 appearances for him across the next 2 months. We don't know. The guy takes more vacations than fucking anybody. Roman's going to need to be visible. Roman's going to need to wrestle. We need Roman on television. I hope. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt because they have not done what they've needed to do. But I hope that they got a couple more tricks up their sleeve and that this wasn't it. I certainly hope they have more in the fucking tank, and I hope they didn't exhaust all of their creative in this one promo because Punk is going to move on to Finn Balor. Now, as long as the match is made, we'll disappear for a little bit, and we'll come back in March and build towards WrestleMania when we get done with the Elimination Chamber. That's how you sell a match. That's how you sell a big money match. That's how you sell a WrestleMania main event. And that's how you get everybody on board with what you're doing. I said it on Twitter. A lot of the young kids are going to look at what those two guys did in that ring tonight and study that shit for years to come. How do I build a major match? Just look at what CM Punk and Roman Reigns did. Not many people are going to have their history. His history is very vast, very deep. But that's how you sell a fucking big money match. That's how you sell a WrestleMania match. That was easily the best thing of tonight's show. Outside that, I can't really pinpoint any other portion of the show that I liked. The Bellas returned. Got a major problem with that. I'll tell you what that is. Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez, they had a Philadelphia street fight for the WWE Women's World Championship. And they changed Stephanie's music. Was there a need to change Stephanie's music? It wasn't even good to begin with, but you somehow made it worse. Penta went one-on-one with Bronson Reed. Bron Breakker started the show in a very chaotic way. No masked man. And we got Oba Femi debuting tonight against a tag team. I don't know who enjoyed Oba Femi destroying a credible tag team. What am I watching? Ryback? What am I watching? Braun Strowman? Is there any shred of creative in the creative team? This is a very Vince-like debut for Oba Femi. I don't like it. And Javon Evans wrestled El Grande Americano number 2, and we saw a return of the original El Grande Americano. I don't know what they're doing, but Chad Gable needs to be on TV. Certainly. We'll get into this Monday Night Raw post show. Thank you very much for joining me here on this Monday night. It is Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Thank you guys very much for all your support. Like I said, a big week, man. Big week. 77,000 views on the Royal Rumble post show. We reached the top 20 on iTunes and Spotify for pro wrestling podcasts in the United States. We're amongst some pretty cool company. And we're one of the only fan-made podcasts that rests in the top 20. While everybody else is like a shill or a veteran or a WWE production, we sit right there, bro. The power of this brand, the power of this community continues to impress me every single month, every single year. It's crazy. You guys are great. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go and check out all of the other content on the channel. There is loads of it. Plenty of it. Tomorrow night, TNT is going to be a big one. Jason and I are going to break down the Royal Rumble, and if you enjoyed our individual reviews, oh my goodness, you're going to love what we do tomorrow night. I ain't holding any fucking punches back, bro. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Hit that thumbs up down below. Let's try for 1,200 likes. That's the goal. We got over 3,100 people in here right now, so make sure you guys go and do that. No excuses. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. And my thoughts and prayers go out to Vince Russo. Vince Russo's father, 95 years of age, found himself in the hospital with some heart complications. And I want to send my thoughts, my prayers, and my love to Vince Russo and his family. Vince has been very good to me. Vince has been very supportive. Vince Russo's been someone that's been in my corner. And I want to send some well wishes and thoughts and prayers and love to his family. Hopefully, Papa Bro pulls through and he gets back home very, very quickly. Vince, you're in my thoughts, bro. Thank you very much. Let's get into this Monday Night Raw post show. We start things off chaotic with Bron Breakker. Instead of the usual start, Raw kicked off immediately with a shot of Bron Breakker marching around ringside. He tore up the announce table, confronted the announcers who were scared for their lives to start the show. Breakker tossed the announce table over, demanded a microphone. And this is the proper reaction that he needs to have. We had somebody in the Royal Rumble match that wasn't an actual participant out there ruining his chances. Now, Paul Heyman is also under the conspiracy of Adam Pearce gave Bron Breakker the number 2 spot. Adam Pearce is defiant, saying that Bron Breakker chose his number and he had nothing to do with it because it was a number chosen at random. I'm going to have to take the side of Adam Pearce on this one. Now, I don't know if Adam Pearce has anything to do with the Masked Man. I don't know if he's in cahoots with the Masked Man. I don't know if he's the Masked Man himself. I don't know. But Adam Pearce is basically in the same boat as Paul Heyman. Fuck around and find out. So they're both going to fuck around with each other, and one or the other is going to find out what's going on. Breakker entered the ring. His stablemates, they ran out there trying to calm him down. Breakker called out Adam Pearce as the Vision and Paul Heyman urged him to calm down. And he's yelling. His voice is cracking. Breakker accused Pearce of ruining his Rumble appearance and then threatened to ruin Monday Night Raw. He said, screw Monday Night Raw. Heyman took the microphone as the Vision continued to talk down to Breakker. Heyman said this was all Adam Pearce's fault. Pearce has to approve every visa for the trip, so he had to know who the Masked Man was. I actually love that. Paul Heyman is a sleazy motherfucker, but he's also one of the smartest. He legitimately said Adam Pearce had to approve every visa for the trip, so he had to know who the Masked Man was. He also accused Pearce again of making Bron Breakker the number 2 entrant. Breakker grabbed the microphone, demanded Pearce to come out. Pearce entered and was guarded by security. Pearce was in no mood for any of this, so he reminded them that the Rumble drawing was at random. He said he would give Breakker a gift, let him keep his job after that piss-poor performance at the Royal Rumble. Breakker started to get even more angry. He scrambled out of the ring. He's tripping over himself because he's so upset. He was stopped by Bronson Reed before he can get through security and get in even more trouble. Adam Pearce had already left. All of a sudden, LA Knight's music hit. He appeared from the crowd commentary side, blindsided Austin Theory and Logan Paul with a steel chair. Logan Paul was one of the two that took him out 2 months ago. He only reemerged on Saturday at the Royal Rumble while eliminating Austin Theory and Bronson Reed from the Royal Rumble. Reed chased him off. Bron Breakker was upset. He looked at Paul Heyman and he yelled, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" Looks like the Vision is crumbling. Does Bron Breakker look like the leader of the Vision to you after this? After Saturday? After tonight? Does Bron Breakker look to be the guy in the Vision? They have to get him back there. However they plan to get him back there, they need to get him back there ASAP. Seriously. You took a big risk getting him eliminated from the Royal Rumble at the number 2 position after 3 seconds. The guy is in the top 5 quickest eliminations of all time. Bron Breakker, someone who Paul Heyman was claiming is the next WrestleMania main event for years and years and years and years to come. Eliminated in 3 seconds. This is not something that you sit on. This is not something that you wait. You need to give me who the guy is, what he wants, and what happens next. You need to do it. We can't wait till the chamber. We can't wait for weeks. The Masked Man, whoever that is, needs to be revealed soon. And whatever comes next needs to happen soon. Luckily, they gave us Austin Theory, and they didn't wait on it when he was the masked man showing up at the War Games pay-per-view, Survivor Series. We cannot wait till the Elimination Chamber. Maybe that's what they plan to do. It wouldn't be Triple H's first time with someone getting eliminated while the Elimination Chamber door remains open. I could see Triple H revealing that man to be Rollins inside the chamber while Bron Breakker gets another shot at the WrestleMania main event. But now that Roman shows CM Punk, Bron Breakker's focus isn't on CM Punk anymore, nor should it be. Maybe it still can be, but I don't think WWE is going to switch the WrestleMania main event around from CM Punk and Roman Reigns to CM Punk and Bron Breakker. They need to do something quick. Bron Breakker should not be sitting with this hanging over his head. The reconstruction, the build, the revenge of Bron Breakker needs to be had. You can't do something like you did on Saturday night at the Royal Rumble and just wait on it. Javon Evans. He went one-on-one with El Grande Americano. This match felt weird. Now, I don't know if WWE was having production problems because Bron Breakker destroyed the commentary table in the beginning of the show. But there was a very audible silence from the commentary team. I don't know if it was due to Bron Breakker destroying the table. I don't know if they got a miscue and they were supposed to go to commercial and they did not. I legitimately thought I was watching Netflix with no commercials at one point. Like, there was a very, very odd silence for about a good 12 seconds where Corey Graves and Michael Cole didn't say a fucking word. The crowd felt disinterested. The commentary team was quiet, and they felt disinterested. Like, I get it. We've seen this match last week. Nobody really wants to see it again. But the reason why they're doing this again and running it back again is because this match didn't go the way that they wanted last week. Javon Evans got quote-unquote hurt. So they stopped the match as a precautionary. So they're running it back now. Very weird to start this match. So it went about 13 minutes. And Javon Evans got the win here, thanks to the original El Grande Americano, Chad Gable. So Evans' shoulders and ribs were taped. I think last week it was the shoulder that he got hurt on. And then the ribs were taped up because of what happened inside the Royal Rumble. He was F5'd by Brock Lesnar, and he lasted 40 minutes. So Javon Evans was the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble. El Grande took over after Javon hit him with a stinger splash. Evans came right back, hit a crazy leaping dive to the outside, flying basically over El Grande Americano. So he hit hard on the outside. Evans was distracted by Ryo, Pete Dunne. If you guys are not aware, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are on the outside. So El Grande nailed a dropkick on the apron. He lawn darted him into the ring post. And El Grande Americano had control of the match as we go to a commercial break. This is where it was really dull. It was very, very bizarre, very quiet, just kind of unenthusiastic as we went into the first commercial. Evans fought back with some chops after the commercial, some forearms, some kicks, a big satellite DDT. Evans fought out of a submission hold with El Grande lying on the other side of the ring. Evans went to the top and hit a senton leg drop all the way to the other side. So it wasn't a coast-to-coast, but it almost looked like a coast-to-coast. Ryo distracted the referee, allowing Bravo to trip Evans up off the top rope. Ryo handed El Grande the metal plate while the referee dealt with Bravo. So there's some shenanigans here by Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. The original El Grande Americano, Chad Gable, came out with his theme music. Gracias! He posed in the aisleway. The other El Grande Americano, Kaiser, was distracted by the original El Grande Americano, Gable. Evans hit a running knee off this distraction, went up top, hit a big OG cutter, and that was it for the win. Javon Evans gets the win over El Grande Americano version 2, Ludwig Kaiser. The match was fine. It was a little bit better in the second half after the commercial than it was before. Again, I don't know what happened during the first portion of this match as they went into the commercial break. Everything just felt off. It felt boring. The commentary team was silent. The crowd was silent. It almost came off like they were so uninterested in this match that they didn't even want to call it. Javon Evans has been on the main roster now for a month, and everything he's done on the main roster so far has been feuding with the Americanos. I'm not really all that pleased with the way that they're handling Javon Evans outside of the 40 minutes in the Royal Rumble. He's already in the El Grande Americano vortex. Let's get him out. He's already beaten all of them. There's nothing more he needs to do here. Jimmy and Jay entered during the break. Jimmy's back after being gone for a few weeks. Not sure what happened. Not sure if he couldn't travel abroad or if he stayed home with his wife, Naomi. But he was back. They issued a warning to American Alpha. This is what Jey Uso said. He called him American Alpha. American Alpha is not Alpha Academy. That is Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. Alpha Academy is Otis and Tozawa. Boy, do I wish we could have Gable and Jordan back, huh? What a tag team that was. Gable and Jordan never got going. I mean, there was so much meat left to that bone, bro. Oh, my goodness. What a fucking tag team that was. Maybe all the yeeting needs to come to an end because he seemingly doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about anymore. All this, right? All you want to do is this. Then he goes on Instagram and says, we don't deserve his family. For real, for real. Fuck out of here. Maybe if you actually take your fucking job seriously and cut the fucking shenanigans out when it doesn't call for it because you're in the fucking Royal Rumble and you draw number 24, 25 and you want to go out there and claim you want to main event WrestleMania, you can't do WrestleMania while doing this, you fucking idiot! There's a time and a place. And for all the people telling me it's a fake show, it's a scripted show, take it fucking seriously, bro. You want to main event WrestleMania, you're not going to get there doing this, you fucking brainless hack. Their tag team championships are on the line next week against Alpha Academy. They shouted out Roman Reigns for winning the Royal Rumble, and that was basically it. Gee, I wonder who's going to win that tag team title match next week. Bad Bunny and Jelly Roll were giving graphics because they won several Grammys last night. It's great. It's fantastic. Gunther retired AJ Styles on Saturday night. I didn't have a problem with the way Gunther made AJ pass out. People were complaining, oh, well, they had John Cena drop the hand 3 times. Why didn't they do that with AJ? Well, I don't know. Maybe you saw him physically fucking fading to black? With the referee screaming, AJ! AJ, are you with me? Goodbye. All over. It's like the referee, Dan Engler, was fucking yelling from the void, AJ! Are you alive? His hand dropped. What do you want him to do? I'm still kind of in shock that AJ Styles is like finished. Now, Triple H, I mean, you can't believe a fucking word out of Triple H's mouth. This guy is the biggest fucking gaslighter in the community. Can't believe a fucking word out of his mouth. Oh, it's going to be a new era. Oh, we're on an exciting venture here going into wrestling. Fuck out of here, man. Give me a break with the fucking buzzwords, please. You can cut that shit right out. He claimed that he had discussions with AJ, and from what he gathered, AJ is really finished. Really finished. I genuinely wonder if WWE is going to give him some sort of Legends contract so he doesn't wrestle anywhere and really pay him handsomely. I'm genuinely curious to see what they're doing with AJ Styles, what they're offering him, what they're paying him to not wrestle. If we are to believe Triple H and AJ Styles is not wrestling anywhere else, they got to be paying him. That's basically WWE paying him so that he doesn't go to Jacksonville and wrestle for AEW. Because you know that Tony Khan is legitimately by the phone slobbering all over that fucking rotary phone in his offices at Jacksonville. You physically hear the droplets of fucking saliva hitting the phone as he drools over the thought of getting AJ Styles in the ring with Kenny Omega or MJF or Will Ospreay or Adam Page or Swerve Strickland. WWE's never going to allow that to happen. Ever. Ever. We all thought that AJ losing, he'd go on some sort of worldwide AJ Styles retirement tour, international. Wrestle for New Japan, wrestle for AEW, wrestle for TNA. Who's stopping him? If he's no longer contractually binded to WWE, what's actually stopping him? Then we got Peter Rosenberg. He went out there as well and said publicly he spoke to AJ Styles, and that from what he gathered after the discussion he had with AJ is that he's really finished. Now, I don't know why we would believe both of these guys, but if we are to believe both of these guys, then AJ Styles is retired. If not, AJ worked the shit out of both Triple H and Peter Rosenberg, which would be hilarious. Yes, I agree. MJF versus AJ Styles. Take my fucking credit card, my debit card, and everything in my fucking wallet. Go ahead. So Gunther comes out to AJ Styles music. Everybody's like, oh my God, AJ is here to address us. They're all excited. They heard the phenomenal music, right? They don't want none. They don't want none. And then all of a sudden you see Gunther standing there in his big black trench coat, and he's got his hands in the air, and then it quickly transitions to his music. He got booed. He got some good heat here. I laughed. I thought that was very humorous. Crowd booed. Gunther tried to speak when he got into the ring. He eventually did. It's not mega heat, but it's heat nonetheless. He said Styles found out what Goldberg and John Cena did. When you step in the ring with the career killer, your career and legacy dies. So Dragon Lee ran out as Gunther was continuing to speak, and all of a sudden he attacked Gunther, and he hit this great suicide dive on the outside that sent him almost flying over the fucking announce desk, because if they needed any more problems tonight after what Bron Breakker did. Dragon Lee then sent Gunther into the ring post using a very nice-looking hurricanrana. Dragon Lee charged at Gunther while he was in the timekeeper's area, but Gunther popped up and nailed him with the ring bell. Gunther put him in the sleeper hold. Officials quickly broke it up. Gunther then went into the ring and picked Dragon Lee up by his mask, and he put him in the sleeper again. Now, just picture Dragon Lee on the apron. Gunther's picking him up by the mask, and Gunther's in the ring. Gunther towers over Dragon Lee, And Gunther is choking Dragon Lee out over the ropes, over the apron, almost like he is hanging him to death. If you guys watch AEW, Brody King did the same thing to Darby Allin. Very similar to that. And I got to give Dragon Lee some props. Dragon Lee sold the fucking shit out of this sleeper, bro. He went completely limp. I mean, he looked like a dead corpse in the grasp of Gunther. This was like a fucking grizzly bear attacking a random camper, you know, in the forest and legitimately maimed him and everything around the campsite, just leaving them for dead. This is exactly how Dragon Lee looked. He was lifeless. He fell to the ground like a fucking sack of potatoes. Dead. He sold the shit out of this. Gunther, no smiles. No laughing, no joking, no sarcasm, no, I made so-and-so tap like a bitch. Bro, this was Gunther. Unadulterated, bloodthirsty, violent. This is the way we need to see him from this point forward. I don't know what they plan to do with Gunther at WrestleMania. I don't. I can think of one or two things at WrestleMania for Gunther. Either Oba Femi, being that they're on the same brand, or Randy Orton. Because you got Legend Killer versus Career Killer. I'm genuinely curious why WWE all of a sudden before WrestleMania, 2 months before WrestleMania, had Gunther trademark Career Killer. How many more careers does he have lined up right now? How many more guys are slated to retire right now for Gunther's Career Killer gimmick to work? Is there anybody else that is going to just hang up the boots randomly so we can add another name to his list? Or are they setting a Career Killer versus Legend Killer match up for WrestleMania? Because I think Randy Orton has a lot of respect for John Cena. I think Randy Orton has a lot of respect for AJ Styles. So if there's going to be somebody that steps up to Gunther, why don't you try a Legend Killer on for size? You think you're creating your own legend. You want to go by the moniker of Career Killer. Well, how about a Legend Killer takes out the Career Killer before he does any more damage? I could see it. I could see it. Because it looks like we're going to get Cody, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu in some sense at WrestleMania, being that they just announced Punk and Roman. Now, they certainly could do Cody winning the championship back from Drew McIntyre before we even get to WrestleMania. They could do it. I don't want to say that it's a definite that McIntyre's walking into Mania. It's not a definite. He should, but it's not a definite. They could take the belt off of Drew McIntyre, put it back on Cody Rhodes. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre could have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes could defend the WWE Championship against Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Now, I don't know which direction they're going to go. Randy versus Gunther is an idea. Cody versus Randy is still on the table. The rumor is Randy, not in the WWE title picture, but the rumor is Cody and McIntyre, along with Jacob Fatu, in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. So I don't know what happens there. Then I don't know if Oba Femi gets Brock Lesnar. I don't know what Brock Lesnar's doing at WrestleMania. I can't see Brock Lesnar not working WrestleMania. I don't know. It's a very interesting way how they're working this WrestleMania card. I don't think all the pieces are where they need to be yet. But this was a great segment. Gunther needs to be this from this point on. Enough of the laughing, enough of the fucking throwing bitch around like everybody else. He needs to be violent. He needs to now just go out there and kill people. This was great. We saw a replay of Bronson Reed and Logan Paul taking out LA Knight 2 months ago when Bronson Reed gave him a tsunami on the top of a car. We go into a backstage segment here with Paul Heyman approaching Adam Pearce and asked him to make him a match tonight with Bron Breakker going one-on-one with LA Knight. Adam Pearce said no. Good. How many times have we seen that before? We don't need to see it again. I'm glad we didn't get it. I don't want to see LA Knight battling any of these guys, period. He did what he needed to do. He got the sneak attack tonight. He eliminated both Austin Theory and Bronson Reed from the Royal Rumble. That's enough. That's enough. Pearce didn't appreciate Breakker interrupting his show, so I'm not giving him a match tonight. He told Heyman to escort Breakker out of the building and tell Reed he has a match against Penta to get ready for. Heyman asked Pearce if he knew who he was talking to in the city of Philadelphia. Fans chanted ECW, ECW. Adam Pearce then reiterated what Paul Heyman said to him during the countdown show at the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce told Paul Heyman tonight, F-A-F-O. Fuck around and find out. Heyman laughed, and he left. Maxine Dupree told Byron Saxton she was still in shock over what Natalya did. But just like there was a new Natty, there is a new Maxine. She beat the greatest women's wrestler of all time to become the Intercontinental Champion. This Maxine was taking Natalya, and she's going to break her ankle. So she's going to break ankles and take names. This new Maxine Dupree. Great. She was sick and tired of being walked over. Natty didn't elevate her. She elevated herself. Natty taught her how to train, but Maxine taught herself how to survive. Maxine would give Natty a lesson next week that no one can decimate this Maxine. I don't know how many people are going to be invested in Natalya against Maxine, but it looks like we may be setting up Natty versus Becky, being that Natty eliminated Becky from the Royal Rumble. That may be the next program for the IC title before we get Becky and AJ Lee for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Again, I'm not interested in any of this at the moment. Oba Femi. We were about to get his debut, but before we got that, Bron Breakker is pissed. He's tossing around stuff backstage. Heyman tried to calm him down by telling him that Pearce had plenty of ammunition against him already. Breakker screamed at Paul Heyman, saying that he did not care. And he slammed the door on the way out of the building so hard, the door slammed right back into his face as he walked out of the building. Bron Breakker did not have a good night. He got eliminated in the Royal Rumble in 3 seconds, coming out at number 2 to Oba Femi. He did not get what he wanted. He still don't know who eliminated him. We got no answers about the Masked Man. Adam Pearce kicked him out of the building. He's got no match. You don't want to be Bron Breakker right now. You fuck around and find out. Adam Pearce is living up to the name. Oba Femi. This is one of the most exciting call-ups in years because Oba Femi has a lot of what people are looking at as the future of the company. I don't know how WWE is going to book Oba Femi. WWE's got a lot of influence to work with. Do they go the Ryback route and throw jobbers at him for weeks and weeks and weeks, showing us what he's capable of? Do they go the Braun Strowman route and do the same thing? Or do they go the Vince McMahon route, which they did tonight, as Oba Femi was supposed to have a match, and then we come to find out that the War Raiders were scheduled for a tag team match, and Oba Femi came out to wrestle the War Raiders, both Ivar and Eric, all by himself. Did Vince McMahon call in a favor? Did Vince McMahon magically take the script and rip it up midway through the fucking show? And then you got half-witted idiots on social media. Oh, I thought this was a great debut for Oba Femi. Oh, I thought this showcased Oba Femi in a great way. Oh, the War Raiders, they lost all their credibility. It's all right. Do you hear yourselves? Do you legitimately hear yourselves? You were better off hiring an independent talent or an enhancement talent to get in the fucking ring and give this guy a solid 2 minutes to show us what he can do. Not like we need to know because he was in the fucking Royal Rumble for 40 minutes. Bro, Oba Femi destroyed the War Raiders in a match that was scheduled, which ended up being a non-match. This was a non-match. This wasn't even an official match. The bell didn't ring. He didn't get a W on his win-loss record after tonight. Oba Femi still hasn't debuted on Monday night. But we were told that Oba Femi would be making his Raw debut. How do you look at this and say this was great? Once upon a time, Vince McMahon gave you the debut of Ryback and the debut of Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman was notorious for defeating tag teams. Braun Strowman beat, at one point, I don't remember what Raw it was. Bro, Braun Strowman beat the entire Monday Night Raw tag team division in one fucking match. Do you genuinely expect me to watch this and give it a thumbs up? Bro, I don't give a fuck what you think of the War Raiders. I don't give a shit what you think of the tag team division. The fact that you got no tag team division and you just threw the War Raiders out there, who are still credible, mind you, because they're a great fucking tag team. Once upon a time, they were fucking unbelievable. I don't want to hear that they're not credible. It's all right. They're jobbers. Fuck off. Fuck off. You want to make Oba Femi stand out? This is the type of guy where enhancement matches work wonders. Get someone in there that's got a decent following and get him in there against Oba Femi. I'm not saying let's fucking have him go out there and decimate everybody. Bro, you can't throw him out there against top tier guys yet. This is the main roster. This isn't NXT. At one point or another, he was doing the same thing down in NXT. He was working against fucking low-level guys. Then moved up to the main roster. But destroying your tag team division that's already fucking dead even more is not the right way to go about it. I did not like this debut for Oba Femi. Like, you and I both know, everybody knows what Oba Femi's capable of. We didn't need him to destroy the War Raiders to figure out how good Oba Femi is and how powerful Oba Femi is and how dominant Oba Femi is. He was in the fucking Royal Rumble for 40 minutes. We didn't need him to destroy the War Raiders. What you should be doing is fixing your tag team division and not throwing one guy out there to beat the guys like the War Raiders the size of Ivar. Oh, but he's Ivar. He's a big guy. Look at how Oba Femi handled him. Bro, irresponsible. Irresponsible. The more we move on away from Vince McMahon, the more some of his ideas and ideologies remain. Guarantee you this was a approved match and segment by Triple H, but was the brainchild of one Bruce Pritchard. Oh, look. He looks like Braun Strowman. Let's throw him out there against a tag team that we don't give a fuck about. Irresponsible. You should not be mishandling your talent that way to throw out two guys like War Raiders out there against one guy like Oba Femi. It's fucking irresponsible. Give me a break. Wasn't even a match. Wasn't even a match. I wonder if this was something that they switched around mid-show. Femi entered, he destroyed both guys. He gave Ivar a chokeslam and he gave Eric the fall from grace powerbomb. And then Femi posed as the fans chanted, Oba! Finn Balor. We got a video promo from Finn Balor saying this was a business based on respect. Yeah, tell that to Ivar and Eric. He always gave respect in the indies and on the main roster. But he was realizing that respect was not returned to him. He was taken for granted over and over and over again. What happened in Belfast was not a one-off. He's been showing up and showing off his entire career, but Pierce still tried to tell him the Rumble was full. It turns out respect only gets you so far. Balor wanted the world title. He didn't think of himself as a bad guy, but warned CM Punk he was willing to do bad things. Looks like we're getting Balor versus Punk at the Elimination Chamber. I guess we'll find out what exactly is really going on. I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of championship match between Balor and Punk. We just don't know if it's going to be a one-on-one or if CM Punk is going to put the World Heavyweight Championship on the line inside the Elimination Chamber and Balor's going to be one of those guys. Adam Pearce could very well have Finn Balor come out next week and have to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. We don't know. But he wants the World Championship and he wants CM Punk. Now, I know a lot of people are wondering, well, why does he want CM Punk? Why are they booking this match? The match is basically, honestly, it is a filler for CM Punk. It is something for him to do in the middle of the Rumble and WrestleMania. They got to give him something to do. They can't have Roman on TV for 9 straight, 10 straight weeks to sell this match now. So they got to keep CM Punk busy by doing this mid-level work because Roman's got to go take another 5 weeks off before he decides to come back to television. This is a filler feud. And basically the entire premise of this feud is not to get Finn Balor into championship contention. It's to get Finn Balor out of the Judgment Day. That's the whole reason for this feud. Balor was very easy to show respect to CM Punk. Whether that was Belfast, Ireland or not, he showed respect to CM Punk. CM Punk put him over. CM Punk gave him a championship match. Finn Balor only acted because Liv Morgan basically got in his face asking him what the fuck happened. So the way that I look at it, Liv Morgan put Finn Balor up to attacking CM Punk, even though Finn Balor might not have wanted to attack CM Punk. He wanted to prove a point that Liv Morgan was wrong. But in the end, Finn Balor's not going to win the World Championship. Liv Morgan's going to go on to win the World Championship. Dominik Mysterio's the IC champion. The Judgment Day is going to look really, really different after WrestleMania. So this isn't about the World Championship. It's about getting Balor out of the Judgment Day and getting Balor from heel to babyface and getting Balor, I think, in a match against Dominik Mysterio at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. And if it takes another match between Balor and Punk to get there, which was great in the first place, I don't really have a problem with it. The return of the Bella Twins. Who asked for this? The crowd was chanting something that sounded like they were booing, but they weren't. Nikki Bella's in the ring, along with her sister Brie, and asked if that was for the Eagles not making it to the Super Bowl. Brie said they were probably saying Coop. And Nikki bragged that she has good taste. He's a Pro Bowler after all. I guess she really is. She just confirmed that she's dating Cooper Dijon. Dijon mustard over there. I'm sorry, geeks in the chat. If your heart is broken, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Nikki Bella is now off the market. I wish the Bella Twins were off this fucking show. Nikki Bella said, the Bella Twins haven't appeared on Raw together in over 7 years. Nikki shared everyone's excitement that Brie was back. There were light yes chants in Philadelphia, not as heavy as it was in Saudi Arabia. But Brie was happy to be back home. She joked that she didn't return because Nikki was getting her ass kicked every week. She returned because they were the original tag team. The division was better than ever, and they wanted in. It was time for the Bella Twins to go after the Tag Team Championships. I have a very serious question, chat. I wonder if somebody can fill me in here. Or maybe I shouldn't be complaining about this because I complain about everything, says the IWC, but I got to make people look stupid here. You know, everybody's excited to see Brie and Nikki Bella back. Maybe some of you. Most of us aren't. I don't know who asked for this. We may legitimately be looking at the Bella Twins getting a tag team title match at WrestleMania. This is where we're going, folks. This is what you've asked for. This is what you've created now, you see? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Nikki Bella a heel before the Royal Rumble? Yes? Wasn't Nikki Bella a heel? Didn't she turn heel legitimately about a month ago, a month and a half ago? Didn't she just have a program with Stephanie Vaquer over the Women's World Championship as a heel? I remember her turning on Stephanie Vaquer, right? And people are in the crowd. Oh, man, the Bellas are back. People are crying. People are happy. Yet I'm asking, wasn't she a heel a month and a half ago? All of a sudden, we dropped it. Now it doesn't mean anything. Now it doesn't matter. All because Brie Bella's back, now we get to cheer them and do some fucking yes chants that were never hers to begin with, and the only reason why people do it is because of who she's fucking married to. Tell me when I am telling any lies here. She was a heel. Is WWE this careless with how they produce television? One week they do something, and all of a sudden the other sister comes back, and I'm supposed to forget that Nikki Bella was fucking booed 3 weeks ago. Heel today, face tomorrow. It doesn't matter. We just wasted all of your fucking time. You took minutes of my Mondays by putting this woman on TV, attacking Stephanie, turning on Stephanie, match with Stephanie twice. For what? For what? So that we could do fucking mild yes chants? Yes, that's all we fucking need. Someone else stealing Bryan's moves as if The Miz wasn't bad enough. Otis. Him and Tozawa are talking to some Netflix comedian. Brett Kreischer. Maxine Dupree interrupted the segment. Otis said it was good seeing this guy. Maxine was all business. She planned on breaking Natty's ankle next week. Maxine left. Otis and this Netflix goon were excited. And Kreischer took his shirt off. We're going into the second hour, folks. At this point, the first hour of the show of Monday night included one match that went 12 minutes. The only match that we got, and no, Oba Femi did not have a match. The only match we got in the first hour, chat, was Javon Evans versus El Grande Americano, and it went 12 minutes. Wow. Wow, what a way to follow up the Royal Rumble. That was disappointing, Paul. One wrestling match. And a fucking Bella flip-flop from heel to babyface that nobody asked for. Penta. He went one-on-one with Bronson Reed. Wow, man, I can't wait for more Vision matches against all the babyfaces they're feuding with. This match starts off within 90 seconds. We go into a commercial break. Typical WWE. I thought they were shortening the commercial breaks on Monday. Apparently, I didn't feel a fucking thing shortened. Come back after the break. Penta hit a dive ahead of a break. Reed got back his momentum. Penta came back, hit a springboard tornado DDT for a 2 count. Reed hits a big power slam for a 2. Penta comes back with a backstab. Reed goes for a cover. He gets a 2 count. Theory jumped on the apron to distract, so Penta kicked him off. Penta also knocked Logan off the apron and wiped both guys out with a dive. Penta actually knocked the referee out of the ring when he attacked Logan Paul. Inadvertently. So Penta took too much time dealing with the vision, so Bronson Reed hit him with the Jagged Edge, his version of a DVD, and then he hit him with the Tsunami, but the referee was still out. Bronson Reed went outside, grabbed the chair, but he was attacked by LA Knight, who gave him a BFT onto said chair. Knight was chased away by Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Reed couldn't get back in the ring by 10. Referee came to. He counted out Reed. Penta wins by countout. So I'm assuming they wanted to protect Bronson Reed after he got eliminated from the Royal Rumble by LA Knight. So LA Knight came out here. They didn't want to show Bronson Reed looking weak here against Penta, so they opted for the countout over the pinfall loss. As long as Penta gets his hand raised and Bronson Reed doesn't get visibly pinned or visually pinned. That's what they did here. Is anybody interested? I mean, Dragon Lee is fucking finished. Rey Mysterio is... Who the fuck knows where he's going? Bro, it is time. It is time. Penta is fighting the Vision all by himself. He's got LA Knight now. Bro, we need to get Rey Fenix on Monday Night Raw. I don't know what the fuck they are waiting for. But Rey Fenix, I mean, you're making Guantanamo Bay look like paradise with the way that they're fucking booking this guy. Holy shit. Talk about a fucking loser. Rey Fenix is one of the best luchadors in the entire business. Get him on Monday night. What are we waiting for? It's like night and day between Penta and Rey Fenix. Guy was eliminated in what, 90 seconds in the Royal Rumble? Gee, WWE values Rey Fenix. Pathetic. Pathetic. Penta wins via countout. Match was fine. But man, they fucking hammer you over the head with Vision matches every week against a babyface of their choosing that's feuding with him every fucking week. Whether it's a one-on-one match or tag team match or a 6-man tag team match or an 8-man tag team match. Bro, I can't take it no more. It's the same process every fucking week. This guy's been feuding with the Vision since fucking Money in the Bank. Liv Morgan. She was introduced by a returning Dominik Mysterio. He came out wearing the Intercontinental title and holding the AAA Mega Championship. Morgan comes on out, jumps into Dominik's arms, instantly makes the IWC jealous. You deserve it! Philly was mildly chanting for Liv Morgan. She's like, I know. Morgan says they were all in the presence of the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time. No. Maybe for the women, but if we're talking men's and women's, the answer is no. Morgan wasn't sure who she wanted to face at WrestleMania just yet, but she planned to attend Friday Night SmackDown to assess her options. What she did know was that she was going to crown, or we were going to crown, a new women's world champion tonight. Morgan introduced her best friend and big sister, big sexy Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel comes on out. She said Judgment Day celebrated Morgan's big win all weekend. But they never really addressed something that happened during the match, during the Royal Rumble. Rodriguez asked Morgan, why did you eliminate me from the match? The fuck are you talking about? Why did you eliminate me from the match? It's every woman for themselves. What did you expect me to do? If I wasn't going to eliminate you there, I was certainly going to eliminate you later. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand that. Do you genuinely want me? I know why they do it, and WWE is going to create some tension now, right? But if you really think long and hard about it, if you wrap your brain around it, if Raquel Rodriguez was eliminated by Liv Morgan in that moment, what difference does it make if it was then or later? If it came down to Raquel and Liv was going to have to eliminate you anyway to win the Royal Rumble. Then what were you going to do? You were going to complain if Liv Morgan eliminated you? Gee, I wonder why she eliminated me. A shot at WrestleMania and the championship is on the line at Mania. Why did she eliminate me? The theory around it is fucking stupid. She eliminated you because she wanted to win. It's every woman for themselves. If she did it then or later, it doesn't make a difference. She had a championship match tonight anyway. What is she, greedy? This is her WrestleMania. If she won the Royal Rumble, she gets a shot at what championship? Well, she's getting a championship match on Monday night against Stephanie Vaquer. Morgan said she knew Rodriguez wasn't a selfish person. Rodriguez had a title opportunity, and now she did too. A win for the Judgment Day was a win for all of them. See, that's the reply of someone who is greedy, who doesn't mean what they say. Rodriguez agreed with that sentiment, told Morgan to stay in the back for her match. Beating Stephanie Vaquer on her own would make winning the world title that much sweeter. Liv Morgan was on board with what Raquel wanted. So Rodriguez is out there. She's dressed in street fighting attire. It's always nice to see. Out comes Stephanie Vaquer, who unfortunately, chat, got deaf rebelled again. Now, I will say, I lived to tolerate Stephanie's old music. It was generic as fuck. Bro, you could take a band of 8-year-olds, give them an electric guitar that sounds semi-decent, and they could come up with the guitar riff that was Stephanie Vaquer's old theme music. Seriously. It was as basic is for generic rock/metal guitar riffs. So I didn't really see the need to change the music because everybody knew that when that music played, you knew who it was. It was at least identifiable to Stephanie Vaquer. And they added the little LED lights and the horns that come up that illuminate in the darkness, and then they got the flames that come up. They really worked with Stephanie. They even had her change her entrance. Instead of coming out and she holds the one up, she kind of rises from hell and she rises from the ashes and she holds the one up. They were tinkering with her entrance. Bro, they had her come out to the most generic fucking music. They changed her music. She was already deaf rebelled. She got deaf rebelled. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Def Rebel is the absolute fucking worst in the history. They are the most untalented fucking musicians, and I use that term musicians loosely. My brother is a musician. They are not musicians. I don't know where they went to school. I don't know where they learned from. I don't know who taught them. They're fucking terrible. Get rid of them. They are absolutely the fucking worst in the history of theme musics. Bro, you got people on YouTube who create AI-generated music of all sorts of genres, and I swear to God, these people put more effort into what they create via an AI program than Def Rebel does into an entire WWE roster. This company's making more money hand over fist. You want to gloat about sellout here and a sellout there. You want to talk about all the record-breaking live gates and the money that you're making. Bro, you could go out and buy any fucking band you want to write a theme song for this fucking woman so that it gives her some sort of identity on this godforsaken fucking shit show. It's already bad that the creative has fucked her up and made her lifeless. We had to sit through a fucking Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer feud for weeks because you wanted to decide to tie up everybody in the fucking tag team division because you got some fucking fetish about tag team wrestling because Tony Khan created tag team titles. Meanwhile, Stephanie's left with who exactly? Who? Raquel Rodriguez. Dead feud. Who's she left with exactly? Nikki Bella. Bro, you have done Stephanie Vaquer no fucking favors. Zero. You could piss away fucking money for fucking everything else. But when it comes to theme music, which is the most important fucking thing as far as the presentation for a fucking talent. Bro, I don't know who's walking out, if it's Stephanie Vaquer or if it's fucking created character number 38 in WWE 2K26. How many fucking theme musics do I gotta listen to Bro, I swear to fucking God, you could look at this woman's Spotify playlist and get a sense for who she is based on what she listens to when she works out at the fucking gym. Go look at her Instagram. Every fucking story she posts. Pantera, Slayer, Black Label Society, Megadeth, Metallica. Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? What is it? Bro, I could call my brother up, have him pick up his electric guitar, and fucking plug into a $10 amp, and he could piss out about a better fucking riff. What is it? Jesus fucking Christ! Put some fucking effort! Put some love! Put some fucking vibe into these characters! Something! Music is an AI-generated slop! You can't create music and all of a sudden give it feeling. You can't. It has to happen because people care. Yeah, you got these talentless fucking hacks. Enter something into the program. Enter this. Stephanie Vaquer, what is she like? Oh, she wears devil horns. Oh, she's from Chile. Oh, she wears red lipstick. Oh, she's got this cool little fucking painting on her face. She's heavy metal. And they spit whatever Def Rebel spits out. Jesus fucking Christ. Seriously. You're asking Def Rebel, who has absolutely no fucking effort, no passion, no soul in anything they've created. You're asking them to give this woman theme music. The quicker they realize that AI is not going to spit out a tune with life, love, passion, the quicker they will fix their product. Def Rebel. I would rather be deaf than listen to anything that they fucking spit out. Awful. Absolutely fucking awful in every sense of the word. With that said, Stephanie comes out. She's in what she called street fight gear, which I am not complaining about. So, Vaquer grabbed the table early on. She was unable to use it. Rodriguez powerbombed her through the table moments later, and we go into a commercial break. So during the break, Rodriguez wrapped a chain around Stephanie's previously injured ankle, dragged her around ringside, and slammed her leg into the barricade and into the side of the ring. Rodriguez, after the break, we're back to live action, booted the steel steps into Stephanie's ankle. She avoided a steel chair shot, attacked Rodriguez with the kendo stick. Rodriguez attacked Vaquer with the cardboard cover from the announce table before lawn darting her into the ring post. Stephanie came back with a kendo stick shot and a back suplex. She set up for Devil's Kiss, which is another fucking thing that WWE has seemingly run into the fucking ground. Not only do you give her fucking absolutely god-awful theme music, but you have this woman out there and nobody wants to see anything but Devil's Kiss. Kiss my fucking asshole with this move. The quicker they have her stop doing that, the better. Seriously. Yes, we get it. Stephanie Vaquer has a nice ass. We get it. But now it's nothing but a fucking it's a one-move merchant. I don't need her to fucking bounce up and down for me to know she has nice assets, okay? We see. You're just killing everything about her, bro. Everything about her. Fucking over it. This and the fucking Devil's Kiss. I mean, holy fucking shit, man. Please take another thing and fucking drag it into the fucking grave. Jesus Christ. Set up for Devil's Kiss. Rodriguez powered up. She's got Vaquer on her shoulders and she dropped her throat first onto the top rope. Stephanie managed to respond with a thrust kick. Rodriguez hit Vaquer on the head with a trash can for a 2 count. Fans are chanting for the Eagles now. Yes, some great match you got here. The fans are chanting for the fucking football team that's not in the Super Bowl. Rodriguez tossed a bunch of chairs into the ring. She all of a sudden desired to feel like Terry Funk all of a sudden. Rodriguez caught Vaquer's crossbody attempt and hit a fallaway slam onto the chairs. Vaquer avoided a corkscrew elbow drop. Hit Rodriguez with, you guessed it, the Devil's Kiss on the steel chairs. Stephanie wasn't done there. She rolled to the outside and, you guessed it, hit Devil's Kiss on the steel steps. And the crowd got 2 Devil's Kisses and they wanted a third one as they chanted one more time. Thank God she didn't do it. Stephanie attacked with the kendo stick. She threw a trash can into Raquel's face. Raquel fought back and wedged a chair between the turnbuckles. She also set up a table outside. Rodriguez tried to use the steel steps as a weapon now. Stephanie ducked it, dropped her onto the steel steps instead. Stephanie then placed the trash can over Rodriguez and hit a running Meteora into Rodriguez wearing the trash can, which looked like it didn't even matter. It looked like it hurt Stephanie more than it did Raquel. I don't understand these spots. Rodriguez booted the trash can into Stephanie's face, and she goes down. She goes for a cover. She gets a 2 count. Rodriguez took her time setting up a table while the referee checked on Vaquer. She was favoring her ankle, still selling the ankle, the quote-unquote injury. Rodriguez tried a Tejana bomb through the table, but Vaquer slipped out. Rodriguez hit a clothesline instead. We're heading into the 20-minute mark here. I feel like I'm watching a Tony Khan production. This match could have went fucking 13 minutes, and we would have called it a day. I think this went on way too long. All of a sudden, Liv Morgan comes through the crowd and handed Rodriguez the title belt. As if there's not enough weapons out there for Rodriguez to win the fucking match. The title belt is going to make the difference. She urged her to use the title belt, as a weapon. Stephanie used this distraction to throw Rodriguez into a wedged chair in between the turnbuckles and knocked Liv Morgan off the apron. So on the opposite side, Roxanne Perez tried to interfere. And if you remember, there was a table set up during the beginning portions of this match that was still out there. Now we know why. Because Stephanie knocked her off the ropes and down through the table below. So Roxanne's taken out. So Stephanie set up Rodriguez for a Hurricanrana off the top rope through the table, but Rodriguez blocked it and set up for the Tejana Bomb. I legitimately thought they were going to give Raquel the title here. I thought she was going to hit the Tejana Bomb through the table and we were going to get a new champion. Stephanie blocked the Tejana Bomb, hit the Hurricanrana, and after all that, the botch of the night goes to Raquel Rodriguez, who did not go through the table. She slid off the table with the table partially cracking and falling over. So all that. And the spot did not go as planned, and the table did not break. It did not look good. So Stephanie, she takes the table, she moves it. She followed with the spiral tap, which is her corkscrew splash. Raquel was too far away for her to hit it flush. She hit the rotation and she barely grazed her. 1, 2, 3, and Stephanie Vaquer wins and retains the women's championship. After some replays, Liv Morgan came in and laid out Stephanie with Oblivion, and she posed with the championship belt before dropping it on Stephanie, which I'm assuming she did say she was showing up to SmackDown to survey the scenes. I'm assuming after tonight she held up the title belt. It means either 1, she's challenging Stephanie at WrestleMania, or 2, she's just letting her know that she's got her eye on Stephanie and the match is not made official yet. But is she really going to go over to SmackDown and do what? Challenge Jade Cargill? No, she's challenging Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie's been feuding with Raquel. Liv Morgan and Raquel are going to have some sort of tension, and I think Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer is going to be the direction for WrestleMania. Stephanie's run has not been good. Not been good. How could it be when they got everybody tied up in a fucking random tag team? Next week on Raw, Maxine Dupree goes one-on-one with Natty. Usos will defend the tag team titles against Alpha Academy. And the Elimination Chamber matches get qualifying matches. Starts next week on Raw for the men and women. We go into the last segment of the night, which is the main event segment between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Roman Reigns arrived in a Range Rover. I'm assuming he stayed at the hotel and decided to show up when he was needed, because why else would he be in the building? He made his way to the ring. He gets into the ring. He waits a little bit, as the crowd loves seeing him. Acknowledge me. And the crowd certainly does. Reigns said he had highs and he had lows in Philadelphia. He won his first championship here on his daughter's birthday. But he also lost his last championship here. He also won his first Rumble here too. And it didn't go as good as it did on Saturday. Yes, because Vince McMahon wanted to push you way too soon down everybody's throats, and then even force the idea with The Rock raising your hand as if we were supposed to fucking all of a sudden cheer you because Dwayne was standing next to you. Oh, no, OTC. We knew exactly what they were doing, and nobody bought it. I remember that like it was yesterday, man. He won his second Rumble on Saturday, and the next city on the schedule was Philadelphia. This was the perfect city to be in because he had a decision to make. He was about to pose the question of which title he should go after, but stopped as the crowd chanted for CM Punk. So before he even asked the question, the fans in Philly were loudly chanting for CM Punk. Boy, it must make Triple H happy that he went with this match because the fans were asking for it before they even gave it to us. Reigns said, so you don't want me to go after Drew McIntyre? I may have been the only one that wanted that match. Reigns asked if they preferred Punk, and they loudly cheered. So out comes CM Punk. The crowd chanted for Punk as the two men stared at each other. Punk looked at Reigns and then all of a sudden motioned to the camera, and he looked into the camera that was standing on the ringside apron. And all of a sudden he addressed Finn Balor. Now in the background, Roman Reigns was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's got this confused look on his face. Punk said Balor wasn't sure if he was a bad guy, but Punk warned him that when he was pushed, he was the baddest guy and he would get his hands on Balor soon. So Reigns, still kind of confused as to why Punk came out here interrupting him to talk about Finn Balor, asked, you came out here to interrupt my segment to talk about Finn Balor? Punk says he wasn't interrupting anything. You're a visitor on my show. I'm the champ. I call the shots. Which, I mean, is correct, because if this was reversed, he'd be saying the same thing to CM Punk. Punk said Reigns had a big decision to make. Punk saw that Reigns was asking for the fans' help. He mentioned Drew McIntyre and the fans booed. Punk proposed Reigns versus McIntyre at WrestleMania and they booed again. Punk proposed Reigns versus the best in the world, CM Punk, and they cheered. Punk told Reigns to take the easy way out and pick McIntyre. Reigns kind of laughed at the idea that McIntyre was the easy way out. McIntyre was 4 times Punk's size, and the last time they fought, he had Punk crying over a little plastic bracelet. And he looked at his wrist and he said, yeah, that one you're wearing right there, that bracelet. Punk told Reigns to be very careful. The last time he wrestled McIntyre, they ran out of staples, putting his dumbass back together. Punk knew that Reigns had beaten McIntyre in the past, but Punk beat him in the most dangerous match the company had to offer, Hell in a Cell. Reigns said he beat McIntyre for 3 straight years. Punk said he did, along with all of his cousins. You might have beat McIntyre, but you did it with help from all of your family. Reigns warned him against talking about his family. Don't mention my family. They were the only reason this company was where it is today. So he cited the reason for the bloodline being the reason the WWE is reaching the highs of highs that they have in the last few years. And the only reason Punk had a company to come back to was because of Roman's family. Punk said Reigns manipulated his family and a great number of people into thinking he was this great messiah who put the company on his shoulders and held it high. But all he really did was hold it hostage. That's a shoot. In some way, you could look at that as a shoot. Punk heard what Reigns said on Pat McAfee's show. He laughed at the idea that Reigns took mini vacations to give others opportunity. And then he had the audacity to say nobody stepped up during that time. I love the fact that they brought up Pat McAfee's show and used that as fuel for some of the portion of this promo. Punk reminded Reigns that he was once champion for 434 days with Paul Heyman by his side. That must sound familiar because Reigns followed in his footsteps and was the WWE champion with Paul Heyman for 1,310 days. Punk said he may have done it longer, but that doesn't mean he did it better. Punk said Reigns earned the right to call a shot and showed up when he wanted. Punk wasn't mad about it, but Reigns chose to be a part-timer. Punk chose to go to 10 countries in 3 weeks. He chose to see the fans worldwide. He chose to go to Poland and Scotland and Denmark, Belgium, London, Toronto, and landing right here in Philly, where he said it was a great night to be in Philly on a Monday night or what. Punk chose to be a fighting champion, just like he chose to bring Reigns into the company along with the rest of the Shield. Reigns followed in his footsteps and Reigns learned from the best. Punk said Reigns had a decision to make. Reigns could face the guy he thinks he could beat in McIntyre, or the guy who on Reigns' best day couldn't touch. He could face McIntyre or climb Mount Everest with no Sherpa and face the best in the world. Reigns, and this is where some people said Reigns dropped the fucking nuke on CM Punk. Because right now CM Punk owns Roman Reigns in this promo. If I'm grading ahead of points, Punk is winning. Reigns said Punk made all those towns because he took a 10-year vacation and he wanted to get in as much as possible. Now, I don't know whether that's a shot at Punk or a shot at AEW, because he certainly wasn't doing that with AEW. Reigns laughed at the idea that he learned from Punk. The only thing he learned from Punk was what not to do. Punk wouldn't be here without him. When they re-signed Punk, who do you think they asked first? Is it okay, Mr. Reigns? They asked me first if it was okay to bring you back. He made a promise to Paul, which he did, and he did the best he could. But he would never forget 10 years ago when Punk went on his friend's podcast and made Reigns' life way harder than it should have been. Punk came back, took his wise man, brainwashed his cousins. Punk almost brainwashed him too. Reigns shook his hand like a man at Survivor Series, but Punk mocked him behind his back. Reigns made his choice. He could pick Punk because he was the biggest star available. He could pick Punk because he was the best or on the best show. But no, I'm not picking you for any of those reasons. I'm picking you because I hate you. I'm picking you because I've always hated you. And WrestleMania is going to be the best day of my life, because in the main event, you will acknowledge me. I think both make good points. Punk did bring Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose into the WWE. That's what we were to believe. They were a part of Punk's vision for the WWE, the Shield. So I could absolutely agree with Punk there. But then when you get into Reigns' portion of this promo, and he told CM Punk, the reason why you're making these towns is because you took a 10-year vacation and you decided to do whatever the fuck you thought you were doing, and you came back and you wanted to fit it all in because you weren't doing it over 10 years. And in those 10 years, he included AEW. He certainly wasn't making the rounds like that in AEW. And the fact of the matter is, Roman Reigns is right. He went on the podcast with Colt Cabana and made Roman Reigns' life way harder than it was. Punk came back, took his wise man, brainwashed his cousins, brainwashed me almost, shook his hand like a man at Survivor Series, but you ended up mocking me behind my back. And then he goes on to tell him, I'm not choosing you because you're the biggest match for me at WrestleMania. I'm not choosing you because you're the biggest star available. I'm choosing you because I hate you. And I've always hated you. So what we looked at Survivor Series was we thought that Reigns and Punk buried the hatchet. But it took CM Punk and the great promo that he is and the way that he riles people up and gets people in their emotions. That's all it took for CM Punk to find his WrestleMania opponent in Roman Reigns, because it turned into what we thought was respect into what we found out tonight was hatred from Roman Reigns for all these months. And probably even dating back to the previous years, before last year. Not the 2025 War Games, but the 2024 War Games, where Punk really manipulated Paul Heyman. You owe me a favor, which led to what happened at WrestleMania last year. This was a very, very good setup for WrestleMania. Obviously, it's only stage one, and they gave us plenty to really kind of get us excited about, being that the show is 2 months away. Like I said on social media, this is one of the biggest matches. This is one of the few matches that is legitimately one of the biggest matches they could do. They're running out of big-time matches. Cody and Punk is the only one remaining that I'd really care to see. We got Punk and Rollins. We got Punk and Reigns and Rollins. We got Punk and Reigns now going into Mania. I would assume that if we get the stars aligning next year and we get a WrestleMania in Saudi, that maybe they could lure The Rock out of retirement for one more match against Roman. And then maybe we get Punk and Cody. Or maybe if they drag out Austin, we get Punk and Austin. I don't know. I don't know what their plans are next year. It's going to be a complete shit show, but Punk and Reigns is one of the biggest matches they have at their disposal, and Punk and Cody is the next one after that. But what they did here was give you a masterclass of how to build a promo. The reason why this worked is because there's so much history between them. That's why this works so well. You know, they can't really take two random Joe Schmoes. They can't take CM Punk and Bron Breakker and create this type of elaborate story or give us this type of promo segment. They can't do that. Only very few can do that. And it takes a lot of effort and a lot of story to tell what they did tonight. So, as far as that is concerned, you can't find anything better than Punk and Reigns. But what they did tonight was hit a home run. They executed it very well. They got us very excited with more than 2 months to go. And you might not be excited about this match with Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble, but after tonight, I think everybody's a little bit more excited about what the match can be after this promo tonight. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. If you did enjoy tonight's Monday Night Raw post show, I would love if you hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and do all that. It helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. I would really, really appreciate it. Go check out all the content on the channel. There's plenty of it, including Saturday's huge Royal Rumble post show, nearing 80,000 views on YouTube. Thank you guys for the great support. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We're going to read through them in just a second. But tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. This is how you kick off the month of February, chat. Monday Night Raw just laid the groundwork for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. CM Punk vs. Roman Reigns is official as the main event of Mania. Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer are almost locked in. Reigns and Liv win their Royal Rumbles, point to the sign, and immediately choose their opponents. No hesitation, no second guessing. They knew exactly what they wanted. I call that confidence. And fellas, if you want that same championship level confidence when it's time for your main event, that's where Blue Chew Gold comes in. Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This isn't about showing up and hoping for the best. This is a 4-in-1 powerhouse designed to help you feel focused, confident, and ready when the stakes are highest. WrestleMania energy, not AEW collision effort. Blue Chew Gold dissolves under your tongue and can work in as little as 15 minutes. That's faster than Roman Reigns making his entrance and making it feel inevitable. Elevation without hesitation. Think about it. Punk didn't wait around. Roman didn't wait around. Liv Morgan didn't wait around. They saw the moment, made the call, and committed. While some people are still figuring it out, you're already locked in and ready to deliver. This is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet. This is for nights where you don't want a slow build and a dusty finish or a we'll run it back. You want the moment to hit. You want the crowd to react. And you want the memory to last. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. We got a special deal for all of our listeners tonight. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code JD. That's code JD at BlueChew.com and visit BlueChew.com for all of the details and important safety information. And I want to thank them for once again being a great family member right here all year long on Off the Script. Let's get into these super chats. Michael Krause OTS with a $2 super chat. OTS, JD, how is everyone? Let's go. Yeah. Ali with a 42 months. JD, I want to say, when I was watching a Royal Rumble review, I couldn't stop laughing. You were ranting about Jey Uso yeeting. It was hilarious. Thank you, Ali. Jay Gordo, $20 super chat. What's up, JD? Today hits my 1 year subscribing to your channel. The first episode I saw was the 2025 Royal Rumble. Immediately got hooked on your show and continued being hooked. Thank you, OTS for life. Brother, thank you so much for being here. That means a lot to me. Means a lot to me, man. We got a great year in store, man. It's going to be a good one. 10 May, the longest running VIP member in the OTS VIP club. 73 months, 10 May. Thank you, 10 May. True Crime Unleashed with a $2 super chat. Roman won the Royal Rumble because his contract expires in April. Is that the report? Roman's contract expires in April? I don't believe that. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Rest in peace, War Raiders and their WWE career. Thanks for coming. Bro, if tonight did anything, it's basically telling them we don't want you no more. This is what we think of you. Boss Mo Jackson with the $1.99. Oh, hell no. Beer mode is back. Trash on my TV. Abby Polanco with a $4.99. I'm not watching anymore. Is the same guy every year in the main event. This company sucks. I don't know what to tell you. WWE's got a vision for WrestleMania. Nick Khan's got a vision for WrestleMania, and they're only doing it to appease their shareholders. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. LA Knight and Adam are working together. Certainly seems that way. Cody Snyder with a $5 super chat. Cody's take. Stephanie is a fucking beast, and I don't even want Liv to beat her. Rhea is the only one I'm cool with taking that title from Stephanie. Yeah, we may be looking at a Liv and Roxanne Perez feud later in the year. I think that's where that's where WWE's vision may be taking them. Boss Mo Jackson with a $1.99. I have no interest in Roman versus Punk or Drew. Well, I think the crowd reaction says otherwise, Boss Mo Jackson. Cody Snyder with a $5 super chat. I'll give it to Roman. He was really good on his own on the microphone. He's gotten better. He's going to have to be if Punk is really his choice. I mean, they gave away a lot tonight. What else can they do? I mean, they basically gave away most of their story. Mid-range with a $2.99. I'm going to miss Punk when he retires. Hashtag best in the world. Punk is still GOAT status, no matter what you want to think. Michelle with a 5. Saved the best for last. Epic promo by Punk and Roman. But now it is confirmed for Punk Roman at Mania. And spoiler alert, I'd have Punk go over in a shocker. I'm having Punk win. I'm not putting the belt on Roman. We don't need a part-time champion. Richie V with a $4.99. Punk and Roman made Drew, who has the WWE Championship, not only look like a bitch, but also made the WWE Championship look secondary. I'm impressed. Yeah, I failed to mention that Roman's going after the belt that he basically 2 years ago called the loser title. And basically cried to everybody that Seth's title is a joke of a title. And now he's going after that joke of a title. DC Calgary with a $27.99. Appreciate you, brother. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much. As insufferable as the big dog era was, I feel like it was a blessing in disguise to what Roman has become now. Roman vs. Punk basically gave us some insurance of quality for WrestleMania, and I can't wait. It's going to move tickets. It's certainly going to move tickets. Whatever didn't move, it's going to move. I wouldn't be surprised if WWE lays out the WrestleMania card earlier than normal, too. I thought they were a little late in the game last year. RKO Michael Krause, $2 super chat. When Roman wins the world title, he's going to be gone for 5 years. I'm not putting the belt on Roman. Little Willie with a $9.99. What a segment between Gunther and Dragon Lee, and then that promo from Roman and Punk. What a masterclass from those two men. Roman's best promo of his career. Much love, JD. OTS for life. Thank you, Little Willie. Zeno with a $20 super chat. The man he gave everything to see get beat versus the man he hates more than anything fighting for the championship. He tried his best to make relevant. JD, you know Seth is at home curb stomping the television right now. Seth's going to be back. I think he's going to be wrestling Breakker at Mania. $2 super chat for Illuminati. I was really hoping Raquel would pull out the W. Now, Raquel Rodriguez doesn't sell WrestleMania. Ethan Nelson with a $4.99. Last segment felt like they were burying Drew and put him in the hotel room chair. Kind of. I don't know why they mentioned Drew McIntyre so much. WrestleMess with a $1.99, and with one promo, the World Heavyweight Championship is the top title in WWE. Cody's got a lot of work to do. Joseph Taylor with a $6 super chat. So let me get this straight. What Mini, Portable, and Wheezy Blonde do is real reacting, and according to some people, you fake your reactions. Oh. Well, I also heard that they said that they could do what I do, be negative, and make the same amount of money and get the same amount of views as I do. Oh, man. I also heard that one of them said, I don't have the respect from anybody in the business. Oh, man. Wait till February 20th. For Illuminati with a $2 super chat. If you build it, they will come. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. They know their writing is bad. Go with the same. Sidro with a $5 super chat. What you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft? A flat minor. What you get when you drop a piano on an army base? A flat major. PS won $3K at the casino. Hey. Look at this guy. Big roller over here. For Illuminati with a $5 super chat. I love for Cody and CM Punk to take over for Triple H and Shawn Michaels when they call it quits. I could see both of them running the show, yes. Real Russ with a $5 super chat. Gotta crash, but fans already saying Punk Roman will be night one main event. No fucking way. Punk Roman is the night two main event no matter who was on the other title match. Bro, night two main event, Punk Roman. Tony Brown with a $4.99. JD, the best that is. Thank you, Tony Brown. Fates Chimera with a $4.99. JD, if we are being real here, if anyone should have won the Royal Rumble, it should have been me. I'm the GOAT. By the way, let me borrow $5. I want a Happy Meal. Fate, if you just kept your $5, you could have bought those chicken nuggets, whatever they're made out of, with whichever sauce you want. Sweet and sour, barbecue, ranch. What do they got now? Sriracha sauce? Tangy honey? What do they got now? I haven't eaten McDonald's in 25 years, bro. You couldn't pay me to eat McDonald's, bro. Sidro with a $5 super chat. If Guy from Holland married a Filipino, what would their kids be? Jalapenos. And made laughing gas that also works as a laxative. It's just for shits and giggles. Interesting, Sidro. Interesting. Thomas Malloy with the 199. Stephanie's new theme song is garbage. What the fuck? Why? I don't know. Phil Illuminati with a $5 super chat. I'd like to see Evans and Dom feud since he's back from injury. Triple M with a $2 super chat. When Roman's around, he makes TV must watch. So good. Yes, but he only shows up when he wants. So we see him tonight. He won't be back for another 6 weeks or so. Ethan Nelson with a 199. We need JD to run it back on stream. Captain Solo with $2 super chat. Triple H says it's a new era. Horatio with a 2. Good work, Gunther. Shows need more vicious killers. Lennon Jimenez with a $20 super chat. Brock Lesnar debuted by destroying both Hardy Boys. I don't like it. Chicago 4 MBK with a $5 super chat. For me, Dragon Lee, hanging limp in Gunther's grip is the visual of the year so far. WWE Creative needs to be doing this for Gunther every time. I agree. Point Dexter with an 8 months. Michael Cole said on commentary that Oba is still a free agent, so he's probably going to bounce between Raw and SmackDown until he signs with Raw. Boring. So what? He could go to Friday Night SmackDown and destroy Kit Wilson? Or the Garzas? Or Motor City Machine Losers? Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. JD, can we get a yes and a yeet and a new era chant? Bro, I'm all yeeted out. SRH with a $9.99. Hey, JD, great face-to-face with Punk and Roman. Mark my words, top 15 is coming your way. Pump for TNT tomorrow night. OTS for life. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger show. You don't want to miss TNT tomorrow. Edward with a $1.99. Your coverage this weekend was top-notch. Thank you. Comment of the night, Edward. Thank you. King Ariel becomes a new member. King Ariel, I saw you in the chat on Saturday. Thank you for becoming a VIP, bro. What the fuck are you drinking? Phil Illuminati with a 5. I'm over here still hoping Drew gets his revenge on Roman. One of these days. One of these days. Furious Nation with a $4.99. What's up, JD? After watching Punk and Roman on Raw tonight, I'm pretty much sold on their WrestleMania match. What a promo that was. Also, happy early birthday. Well, thank you, Furious Nation. We have a couple more streams to go until we get to the birthday celebration on Friday. I will be indulging in an old-fashioned on Friday. Get your drinks ready. Bobson with a $2.99. Listener since late 2015. Great to see you work. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Furious Nation with a $1.99. Sending my prayers to Russo regarding his dad. Thoughts and prayers to bro. Zachary with a $4.99. Hey, JD, what do you see LA Knight doing at WrestleMania? Chris Jericho. Furious Nation with a $1.99. Would a heel turn be best for Jey Uso? Thoughts? Bro, what would be best for Jey Uso is that he doesn't fucking yeet when we don't need to yeet. Furious with a $4.99. After watching WWE Unreal Season 2, yeah, I would say Road Dogg and Bruce gotta get canned. Ronda was right saying nothing changes if Bruce is still there. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Also, Furious with a $1.99. Olive Garden is decent, but it's not real Italian food. It's all right. It wouldn't be my first choice. There's a great place in Garden City that I go to quite often called Spontino's. Love Spontino's. Shout out to Spontino's. Great drinks, great tapas. Love their food, bro. So good. And Caden with the $1.99. No message. Thank you, Caden. Appreciate you being here. Caden's in here every week. Every night. Thank you guys for a great weekend. Thank you guys for a great stream. Gonna jump on Arc Raiders until I get sleepy. I got more raiding to do. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but we got to get closer to that $3 million mark. Anyway, thank you guys for a great stream. Tomorrow night, you got to be there. Tuesday Night Titans with the Salamonster. Of the Salamonster sounds off. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. If you thought our individual streams were great, wait till you get us together in the same fucking live stream. It's going to be great. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 8:30. Should be a great show. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Go check out Blue Chew. Blue Chew Gold. Code JD at checkout. Save 10% off your first order. And go and check out the content, like I said. Royal Rumble post show. iTunes, Spotify. Continue to leave ratings. Comments. Helps me out, man. Top 20. Let's get to the top 15. I will see you guys tomorrow with the Salamonster right here on Tuesday Night Titans. I'll see you guys later.